Hi folks, Greeno here. I'm out and about again, and where am I? Well, I'm in London and I'm just off of Regent Street. In fact, I'm literally about 4 paces off of Regent Street on Air Street. Now this is the Piccadilly Circus end of Regent Street, and I'm here for one reason. Just behind me there, you'll be able to see there's another branch of Hawksmoor. Now, before Christmas, I went to Hawksmoor with the cameraman down on Canary Wharf, and we had a steak that cost £91 just by itself. By the time you added in 2 sides and a service charge, the bill was over £120. Now, rightly, a lot of people in the comments said that is way out of most people's budgets. I get that. I do get that. And so, when I spotted a deal that they're running in January, I had to come to another branch and check it out, because they've got a steak and chips available for less than £20. It's an 8-ounce rump, beef dripping chips, or a choice of other sides, for £19.50. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? For a place of this kind of quality, certainly in this kind of location. So, we're going to get inside and see what it's all about. I might order another couple of bits to go with it, just to flesh the review out a little bit. Otherwise, it's just a steak and a pile of chips. But yeah, I think it's going to be really good value. Let's see if it's any good. Right folks, I've come in and I've been seated. Now, in the B-roll you've seen an empty restaurant. That is because I'm literally the first person through the door here today. So this place will be filling up undoubtedly very, very soon. So, of course, they've got their usual menu, which we all know about from the last video, so there's no point me running through that now. But what we've got here is their lunch special menu, and I'll show you that on the camera now. Now there's some kind of non-alcoholic, sort of mocktaily, soda-y kind of things. Obviously, a lot of people start off doing dry January and whatever, don't they? I wonder if anyone actually makes it to the end. And the January lunch special here, 250 gram, so what's that, about 9 ounce, dry-aged, grass-fed rump steak, £19.50, and you choose your side from beef dripping chips, a baked sweet potato, some spinach, lettuce and herb salad, or the Caesar salad. So I'm going to go with the beef dripping chips. I'm also going to order that Hawksmoor Caesar as a side dish though, because I really like Caesar salad, and I think that's going to go very, very nicely with the steak. I've got to say though, I like the setup of this restaurant. It's kind of an Art Deco style. I mean, you can see this beautiful Art Deco window to the side of me, which I think, again, I've shown you in the B-roll. Beautiful seating areas here, some for much larger parties. Lots of tables for 2. It's really nice. It kind of looks elegant. That's the word for it, elegant. I like it. I like it. So, anyway, like I said, time to get the order in, get some grub going. Looking forward to this, especially as it's going to be a damn sight cheaper than my last Hawksmoor experience. Okay, so my order is in. I've gone for the rump steak, and I was going for the beef dripping chips, but apparently they haven't got chips, they've only got fries, which suggests to me they're not cut in-house. But that's okay. I mean, I had the beef dripping fries before, and they were very, very tasty. In fact, I only got a few of them. The cameraman snaffled the rest. Bless him. I did order the Hawksmoor Caesar as a side. Advised that they have like whole anchovies on top of it as well. Now, I love anchovies, so that's really good for me. But it's just something for people to be aware of. Obviously, anchovies are an ingredient in the classic Caesar dressing, but some people will be a little bit squeamish about having them actually in the dish as a whole thing. Oh, and a béarnaise sauce, sorry. Forgot about the béarnaise sauce. Ordered one of them too. And my server, who's very, very friendly, took the order and didn't actually ask me how I wanted my steak cooked. Took her about a minute to come back as she was just putting it into the till to realise the fact that she hadn't done it, and was very, very polite. Asked how I'd liked it cooked. We're all sorted. We're going medium rare. A little bit surprised though. I was told it's going to be about a 30 to 35 minute wait. Now, they did say they got some problem with the gas here, which is affecting some of the dishes. So some of the fish dishes that need to be cooked in the oven or whatever are not available because of that issue. Not sure how that would affect anything that's going on with mine. And of course, being the first person in here, don't expect there to be a big wait particularly, do you? So, yeah, it's a little bit of a shame, but I'm not in any real hurry. I'll just kick back, enjoy the environment. Drink me tap water. Like I say, dry January, huh? And yeah, just enjoy the ambience. Maybe have a look out of this window at Regent Street. Right then, folks, my food has been delivered to the table. A little quicker than the 35 minutes that was quoted in the first place, so that's not bad, is it? Come and have a little look. Right then, guys, so we have this rump steak here, and it's interesting. Rump steak, you normally, if you were to buy it in the supermarket, it's normally quite a large, flat surface area. And we've got a nice thick piece here that almost kind of looks like a fillet, doesn't it? But it won't be. It should still have a lot more flavour. We've got the beef dripping fries here, again served in this little metal cup. Look really nice. Béarnaise sauce, so that's nice and creamy with tarragon. Looks really yummy, that does. And this Caesar salad. Now this has cost me £6 as this little side dish, which I guess you would say is quite a lot for 3 leaves of lettuce, but it's absolutely covered in dressing, in parmesan and in anchovy fillets, so that's where that extra money is coming from. Anyway, let's come in and have a little look and see how this steak cuts, shall we? I've asked for it medium rare. Let's see how it is. So we got the camera perched on the table right next to the steak. You'll see if the steak is tough, because the camera will probably start to shake around a little bit. So here we go, right down the middle, and we'll take a look inside. That's not cutting too badly at all, to be honest with you. And there we go, look at the inside of that steak. Very, very nice. Now, could it have been rested a little better? Perhaps. You'll see there's quite a bit of liquid here leaking onto the plate. But not too much, not too much. So I think that's okay. Right, time to load the plate up now with all the other bits and bobs. So we'll get some of these fries on there. I was going to go with my fingers, but you know, we'll be a little bit civilised, shall we? We'll get about half of them on there for now. And we'll get a little bit of this Caesar salad going on too. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to transfer this from this dish onto the plate. This one we might have to go with our hands. There we go. God, there's loads of parmesan on there. That looks great. All over my fingers now as well. All right, so let's start with this steak first then. Move the béarnaise to one side. And we'll cut a piece off of here and see how it is by itself before we start adding the sauce and anything else into the mix. Like I said, the meat has got quite a bit of texture to it, and it looks nicely cooked, it really does. Wow. That really has got an awful lot of flavour. So it's been cooked very, very well on the outside to give that kind of crust. They've used a bit of seasoning to help with that. Some salt on the outside of the steak. And what that does is it gives you a real depth of flavour right from the outset. The meat inside, for a rump steak, is actually quite soft. It's very, very nice. That really is exceptionally tasty. I'm going to get some of this béarnaise sauce on the plate now, and we'll give that a little try with the steak. I love béarnaise sauce. Nice and creamy, but with that good whack of tarragon in it, giving an sort of aniseedy kind of flavour. It's great. And if it's half as good as the bone marrow gravy I had before Christmas, I'm in for a treat here. So, slather a little bit of that on there too. There we go. That is lovely. I'm going to try the fries by themselves first, and then I'm going to try it with that béarnaise sauce. Fries nice and crispy, salted. Absolutely no need for me to add any seasoning to them. To my mind though, they don't taste quite as flavoursome as the ones I had at at the Canary Wharf one. Doesn't seem to be as prominent a beef dripping flavour to it. But they're still very, very good fries. And let me try this with the béarnaise. That's going to give me a better idea of how the béarnaise tastes. Yeah. That's delicious. That's another one of those things. Fill a bath with it, stick me in there, and come back in a couple of days and see how I'm doing. That is cracking. Got to go back in for another bit of steak with it. That's so good. So good. Okay, I'm going to move on to this Caesar salad now. And like I say, they did warn that there are whole bits of anchovy on there. So I don't mind that. I really love that kind of salty, fishy hit. I like anchovies on pizzas. I like them in salads. I like them in pasta sauces. Wherever. So, let's give this a try. Oh yeah. A real depth of flavour in there. You've got the saltiness from the parmesan and from the anchovies. Real savouriness too. The kind of creaminess of the dressing and then the freshness of the lettuce. That's really good. Even though it's only just after midday, sounds like some people are having cocktails. You can probably hear the cocktail shaker going crazy in the background. This little salad is amazing though. I say it was at, £6, and when it came out, didn't look a lot to it, but by goodness, the flavour is good. Let's try a bit of everything, shall we? We get a bit of the steak, a bit of the Caesar salad there. We'll grab a fry or two. Gonna have to go Python mode on this and dislocate the jaw, I think. Oh, I can't even get the chips to stay on there with the fries. There we go. And a little bit of the béarnaise, why not? Let's get it all into the mix, shall we? Here we go. Wow. I've got to say, coming here today, I didn't quite know what to expect, because a lot of the times when you go for these set menus or these little cheap deals, the quality is compromised, isn't it? You either get a very small portion, or they kind of used a slightly cheaper cut or a different supplier for the meat or whatever. That's not the case here at all. Exactly the same care and attention has been paid to this steak that was to the £91 steak that I had before Christmas. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. I say the fries by themselves are £6.50 as a side. So if you think about that, they're charging £13 for this steak. Okay? The other steak I had was £91, 7 times as much. And do you know what? This is just as enjoyable. Right guys, I'm going to crack on and finish this up. Do you know what, I'm in an hour about whether I was going to go for a dessert or not, but I really don't think I need to. I was expecting this to come out and be a lot smaller than it is. But it's very, very adequate for a lunch, it really is. So there's no need. I'll see you when I've finished up and got the bill. We'll have a chat about it at the end. Right then folks, finished my meal and I have paid up and come outside. So, we've got the bill here. Let's take a little look at that first before we say anything else. If I can get it open one-handed. I'm going to hold on to the camera with the other hand today. So we had the steak meal for $19.50. The fries were actually charged as the side rather than the salad for $6.50, and that béarnaise sauce £4. More than happy to pay £4 for that sauce. Absolutely delicious. So the food total £30. Optional service charge of 12.5%, so that's £3.75. Again, more than happy to pay that. The service in there was exemplary, really was. So £33.75 paid altogether. So if you think about that, if there were two of you, you probably wouldn't need two sides. I didn't even eat all the fries in the end. So you could have had three sides between you probably. You're going to be eating for 60 quid for two of you, I would say, which I think is more than fair. And it's half the price of what I paid before Christmas. What's not to like? What is not to like? I think the quality of that rump steak was great. Now, I had a really good rump steak when I did a set lunch menu at Miller and Carter. And a few people in there said, I don't think that's a rump steak, I think it's a fillet. I still think it was a rump steak, and I think this was a rump steak. They were just really, very, very good rump steaks. It was delicious. The crust on the outside, beautifully seasoned, cooked nicely in the middle. Possibly could have been rested a touch more. Was leaking a little on the plate, but not a huge amount. The fries, again, I don't think they were quite as good as the ones I had previously at the Wood Wharf one down in Canary Wharf. But that Caesar salad was great. Really good, really good. Beautiful venue in there as well. Nice sort of Art Deco style. Pretty plush surroundings. A score. I mean, it can't be a perfect 5. Because like I say, there are one or two little things. The resting of the steak. The fries not being quite as good. But value for money, I mean, it's so much better. Why not? Why not come and try it out? It's a perfect time of year to do it, and you're going to get a really good meal for half the price it would cost you another time of year. It's a really great little thing, and it actually serves as an example. If you sign up to the websites or the apps or whatever of a lot of places, yes, you're going to get a bit of spam in your inbox, but you're going to get notified of deals like this. Now, this isn't actually an app exclusive deal, this is just something I saw on our website, but it's just an example of the sort of things. If you look around, there are deals out there, especially this time of year. They've had the Christmas rush, they're into January, things are going to quieten down, they want to get people through the doors. So, yeah, look out for deals like that. So, anyway, back to the score. I think about a 4.8. I think the value is exceptional, and just a couple of minor little points that make it not quite a perfect 5, but well worth the money. Well, there you go. So if you've enjoyed this video where I have visited Hawksmoor in Air Street, just off of Regent Street here in London, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this video, why not check out some more of the stuff in the back catalogue. There's nearly 300 videos, probably at least 250 anyway, so there's bound to be something else you will enjoy. Right, that's it from me from here. Where am I off to next though? Well, you'll have to tune in to the next video to find out, won't you? I will see you then.